Hey there, soulful energy seekers. Are you tired of dragging your tired body out of bed every morning, feeling like you're already behind on the day? Well, you're not alone. Did you know that over 60% of Americans suffer from low morning energy? But the cost of low energy isn't just feeling sluggish. It could be costing you productivity, happiness, and even years off your life. Now here's the thing. Most people are starting their day playing a metabolically dangerous game. They're either skipping breakfast or fueling up with something that barely resembles food, slowing them down and, believe it or not, risking all-cause mortality. Why? Because the right food is fuel as well as medicine, and digestion takes up to 30% of our precious energy. But fear not, we've got a game-changing solution for you based on functional medicine and Ayurvedic wisdom. Introducing the free Morning Energy Delicious Smoothie Guide by Love Energy Wellness. It's the proven strategy to kickstart your day, and you'll start feeling satisfied and energized in just days. Picture this. The famous Purple Crush, a blend of antioxidant-rich berries and energy-boosting greens, or the Sweet and Spicy, a tantalizing mix of metabolism-igniting spices. And for all of you coffee lovers out there, we've got a coffee smoothie that'll make your morning extra perky, all while getting the purest vitamins and minerals and protein that your body needs. Those are some of my favorites. Our guide has many, many more. Now, I know what you're thinking. This sounds difficult, but the best part is it's incredibly easy to implement. Trust me, I don't miss how I used to eat. I don't miss how tired I used to feel. And now, I don't miss a morning without my favorite all-natural energy breakfast. Say goodbye to morning fatigue and hello to revitalized you. Get your free Morning Energy Delicious Smoothie Guide today at loveenergywellness.com, or simply check the show notes for the link. Transform your mornings, transform your life, because you deserve to start every day with energy. Cheers to a vibrant, energized you. Now enjoy the program. Welcome, boundary breakers, to another electrifying episode of Breaking Boundaries for Entrepreneurs. Today, we delve into the elusive world of energy, specifically the often underestimated and frequently ignored cost of low energy on entrepreneurial endeavors. Join us as we unravel the intricacies of how the ebb and flow of our vitality profoundly influences our creative prowess and business acumen. As entrepreneurs, we are notorious for pushing ourselves to the limits. But what is the true toll of neglecting our own energetic balance? This episode peels back the layers, exposing the costs that lurk beneath the surface of fatigue. Stay tuned as we navigate through the shadows and illuminate the path to boundless energy, revealing 8 pro tips that just might revolutionize the way you approach both your work and your well-being. It's time to break free from the chains of fatigue and soar to new heights. Get ready to break another boundary and unlock the secrets of sustainable entrepreneurial energy. Hello, I'm Jeffrey Mort. If you're like most entrepreneurs, you're busy taking care of business, yet who's taking care of you? If you're ready to take your energy and performance to the next level in your life and your business, then this podcast is for you. Because today, you're going to start breaking boundaries of your mind, body, and business with integrative health. And when you do that, your possibilities are limitless. I'm grateful you're here. Yes, my friends, I am grateful. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to another Healthy Thursday episode of Breaking Boundaries, the podcast for purpose-driven entrepreneurs just like you. And this is episode number 40. Of course, as always, stay till the end. We'll bring it all together for you on how to avoid failure and reach your next level of success with integrative health. And for all the show notes and links, visit jeffreymort.com and click on the podcast link. So today, you're going to discover my 8 pro tips for more energy from an integrative health perspective. Many an entrepreneur have boundaries around things like low energy, chronic fatigue, brain fog, low mood, and of course, these can all lead to things like low libido. So, my disclaimer here for the program: no medical advice, no medical diagnosis, no medical treatment plans, and no medical cures here. But what we do is we get to the root cause of things like low energy and how that is a boundary. And I'll tell you how I know this is a boundary because I'll share a little story about me back in about 2014. Honestly, I'd have to say anywhere from maybe the year 2006, 2007 to about 2014 when I was really reaching my breaking point. But, my daily routine was oversleeping on a daily basis and then jumping out of bed. So, high spike in cortisol, immediately starting my day in the stress response, absolutely exhausted going to work, running on norepinephrine and adrenaline. I was jittery, I was foggy, I was edgy, irritable. And, this was a dangerous combination because back in 2014, I was in the commercial electrical industry working as an electrical foreman. And this was very dangerous because, of course, I was responsible for the well-being and safety of a crew. I was responsible for my own well-being, of course. I was working with electricity, of course, safely, making sure that I was not actually working with the electricity, but making sure that what I was working on wasn't energized, which was dangerous, working around heavy equipment, working with heavy equipment, working at heights, 10, 20, 50, 100 feet up above finished grade and finished floor. It was dangerous. And then, after my day was done, I was driving home and I was literally falling asleep at the wheel. I was stressed. And then, when I got home and had to be a spouse and a parent, then, at the end of the night, I was actually tired and wired. And then I would repeat that 6 days a week. It was absolutely crazy. And it led to chronic illness. It led to burnout. And really, why? Why did it lead to that? Because of deficiencies and toxicities. Those are the two main reasons we get sick. And if you want to learn more about that, go back and listen to episode number 4 at the very beginning of Breaking Boundaries podcast for entrepreneurs. This is what I uncovered in episode 4. So you can just imagine how this is a business boundary, living a life of that, that level, impeding on energy and impeding on performance, whether you are self-employed or an entrepreneur, whether you are working for somebody else. Just for a moment, I want you to imagine life without that problem. Imagine having peak energy. Imagine having top performance in your day-to-day. So in a moment, you're about to discover how to break that boundary. And the plan that I'm going to give you today, the 8 points, the reason why it's 8 points on, 8 pro tips for more energy is because I'm going to go through what we call the de-stress protocol. This is what I teach my clients as an integrative health practitioner. The de-stress protocol was created by my mentor, Dr. Stephen Cabral. So got to give credit where credit is due there. So we're going to run through that. And if you want to learn more about the de-stress protocol, you can go back to episodes 12 through 26, the even numbers. So 12, 14, 16, etc. through 26. And those are their 8 points. Each episode covered each point of the de-stress protocol. And that's diet, exercise, stress reduction, toxin removal, rest, emotional balance, science-backed supplements, and success mindset. So here we go. With the 8 points. Number 1, we're going to talk a little bit about diet here. Liquid before lunch. And if your mind immediately went to alcohol, then we have a little bit deeper work to do and uncover that. But what I mean by liquid before lunch is because digestion takes up to 30% of your energy. That's right. So if you could change your breakfast to a smoothie, and I know that might sound, a little odd, a little crazy. Maybe, you're fighting for your limitations. Like, I just can't do that. I need something solid in my stomach. I skip breakfast. I don't like things cold, especially for breakfast. Like, there's all these reasons and excuses. There's a workaround for every one of those. And those are a lot of the common limitations that I hear my clients fight for their limitations. But if you could switch to a breakfast smoothie, And we have some amazing, amazing recipes. You can get those right in the show notes, the link for today's show, or you can get that right at loveenergywellness.com on the website. An amazing smoothie guide for your breakfast smoothie. But if you could do that, if you could, instead of skipping breakfast, move to giving your body the nourishment that it needs, or instead of having like a heavy fast food style breakfast, then that's going to take digestion and that's going to steal your energy. But if you could give your body something that's pre-digested, right? A smoothie, it's blended, it's pre-digested. Plus, what we put in our smoothies have all the nutrients to set you up for energy for the day. Now, that's just the one tip on diet that I could give you. I could give you so many others I could do. I could really write a book on how to adjust your diet for more energy. And maybe I'll do that. So number 2, exercise. We talked about the graduated exercise program in episode number 14, I believe. And what that is it's created for the individual. It's bio-individualized. It's an exercise program that's created for the specific person. Now, not everybody can go from 0 to CrossFit because that's going to burn them out. It may feel good for 1 or 2 sessions, but honestly, exercise is about hormone balance. It's about being able to recover from the exercise. And the one tip that I will give you is never leave an exercise with less energy than you went in with. That's very, very important. So when I say hormone balance, exercise can actually, although it's a hermetic stressor and it can be stress on the body because of exercise, but it's created in the right fashion. This is the graduated exercise program to give you more energy as you proceed with the exercise regimen. So I'm not going to go into the exact exercise protocol today, but exercise is another pro tip for giving your body more energy and resilience and resistance and ability to recover and things like that. So putting those hermetic stressors on the body, exercise is one of those that will give you more energy. Number 3, stress reduction. Now, most people think of stress as family, relationships, career, and financial. Yes, those are stressful, and if you could work on those are absolutely going to be reducing your stress. But I want to redefine stress, as I always do for my clients and for the listeners. Stress can be things like mineral imbalances. If you have a mineral imbalance, if you're deficient in some minerals, especially your 4 main electrolytes, calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, if those are out of balance, if they are depleted, then that is going to be a stressor for the body, and it's going to cost you energy. Now, redefining stress again. If you have toxicities like parasites, if you have an overgrowth of gut bacteria, if you have mold toxicity, and not just environmental mold, but also mold from food. Things like coffee. Yeah, coffee has mold in it. I hate to say it. That's why I buy my coffee from a product line that is third-party tested for mold toxicity. Peanuts is another one. Lots of mold and things like that, nuts and seeds. So heavy metals is another toxicity. Things like lead and cadmium and arsenic and mercury and aluminum. Those are heavy metals that are natural in the earth, but they have no business being in your body at any level. So those could be a toxicity and causing stressors. So here we go with stress reduction. So how do you know? How do you know if you have mineral imbalances, parasites, gut overgrowth for bacteria, if you have mold toxicity, if you have heavy metal toxicity? Don't guess at it. You want to test. You can run some at-home functional medicine labs to be able to see if you have mineral imbalances, if you have heavy metal toxicities. And you do both of those with a simple hair sample with a minerals and metals lab. So, test, don't guess. So number 4, toxin removal. What do I mean by that? A 7, 14, or 21-day functional medicine detox, or the appropriate protocol to remove those toxicities like parasites or gut bacteria or mold or anything like that. Very, very important. Number 5, rest. You want to track and optimize your sleep for maximum deep sleep, which would be 90 minutes of deep sleep, and that restores the body. Or 2 hours of REM sleep. REM is rapid eye movement, and that will restore the brain. Very, very important. So some things you can do to optimize your sleep, definitely track, but don't eat dinner too late. If you eat dinner within 3 hours of going to bed, that's going to be costing you that deep sleep and REM sleep, definitely. Also, alcohol. We mentioned alcohol a little bit earlier, but alcohol too close to bedtime, hands down, nothing ruins my sleep more than a cocktail before bed. It really does. It's very seldom that I do that, but once in a while, it's a choice that I make. Do I want to enjoy, a fine glass of my favorite adult beverage, or do I want to sleep well tonight and feel refreshed when I wake up in the morning? So a choice we have to make. And then another thing you can do to optimize your sleep is balancing your sleep time and your wake time. So if you can be consistent with what time you go to bed every night and what time you wake up every morning, even on the weekends, that is going to help you to optimize your sleep. So moving on, number 6 is emotional balance. Think about this. How much energy are triggers and control issues costing you? If you're trying to control things that are outside of your control, if you're trying to control other people's lives, that is costing you major, major energy. And if you're getting triggered at everything that happens in your life and you're being reactive, that is costing you energy as well. So emotional balance, very, very key to be able to maintain and keep your energy and keep your personal power. That really is what it comes down to, is personal power with emotional balance. Number 7, science-backed supplements. And why do I call it science-backed? Because every supplement that I take has to have efficacy and scientific proof behind it on the reason why I'm taking it. This could be something like an activated multivitamin. Very, very important to make sure your multivitamins are methylated or activated and at a functional medicine grade. Very, very important. And also to be taking a multi-mineral. That's very, very important for the mineral balances, but you don't just want to guess at the multi-mineral, because you may need more magnesium than calcium. So many things are fortified with calcium, but so many people are missing magnesium, and those are synergistic minerals. Next, you want, these are foundational supplements, by the way: the activated multivitamin, the multi-mineral, antioxidants, something you need to be getting on a daily basis. And you get those from fruits and vegetables, but most people aren't eating the fruits and vegetables it takes to sustain the level of antioxidants we need to squelch free radicals, which cause oxidative stress in the body, which cause rapid aging. So we want to avoid that scenario. Another foundational supplement is an omega-3, something higher in EPA than DHA. Very important. If you're not sure if your fish oil or your omega-3 has that, just look at the label and you can see if it's a 2-to-1 ratio for EPA to DHA. Very important. Also a probiotic. So you should be rebalancing the gut bacteria in your body. We're more bacteria than we are flesh and blood. I know you've heard me mention that before, but the right probiotic at the right time is important, because if you have bacterial overgrowth in your gut, the last thing you want to be doing is adding more bacteria to that, which is a probiotic. So knowing the proper probiotic at the proper time. Next is in daily foundational supplements is digestive enzymes. Honestly, if you are over 35, 40 years old, your body's just not producing the digestive enzymes it takes. And this kind of goes back to diet, where if you're eating whole food diet for lunch and dinner, you want to be taking a digestive enzyme about 30 minutes before to help break down that food so that your body's not working so hard, right? Working hard, the body, the systems, is costing you energy. So you can see how just something as simple as a digestive enzyme is going to gain you back some of that energy. And then, of course, calming the central nervous system with supplements such as magnesium and things like Adrenal Soothe, activated B complex. Those will help to calm that central nervous system and restore your energy. So last but not least, number 8, success mindset. If you're struggling with having that success mindset, how much energy is worry and fear costing you? If you're always worrying about something, if you're always in fear, if you're coming from a place of lack or not having enough, how much energy is that costing you? So success mindset, very, very important with robbing your mental energy, which then causes your physical energy. So your call to action here is just pick one or two of these and implement those, one or two per week, and then start to habit stack. Whatever you implement on week one, maybe you're going to work on diet. So maybe you download our smoothie guide, you put that into action. And by the way, our smoothie guide also includes a multivitamin and multi-mineral all-in-one powder. You put that in there. You also put the greens powder in there for the antioxidants. So now you're actually covering number 7, the science-backed supplements, and number 1 at the same time. So it's a win-win for everybody. You're going to get more energy. You do that for a week, and then maybe you pick something else. Next week, maybe you want to optimize on sleep. I always recommend when I work with clients, optimizing sleep is usually one of the first things that we do. And then you habit stack. You put those into habit. Next thing you can do, is remember, it's not about competition. It's about balance. When we bring equilibrium to the body, when we bring balance to the body, we're going to start restoring our energy. We're going to start to maintain our energy. We're going to be able to cultivate, store, and emit more energy on a day-to-day basis. And then, next would be consistency. Consistency with implementing this and stacking these habits is going to give you sustainable results, because most things out there are not sustainable. Honestly, I can say that. Maybe you're thinking that you need a guide for this or somebody to hold you accountable. I'd be happy to help. I would be happy, and I offer free consultations to see if maybe it would be right for you and I to work together, or maybe another integrative health practitioner that I could direct you to. So, there's more people out there than I can help, and there is not enough integrative health practitioners, but there are plenty of them, about 4,000 of the certified integrative health practitioners, both level 1 and level 2. So, there's always somebody that would be a good fit to work with you. But I'm here to help you, as always, my friend, help you to avoid failure. And that could look like jumping from one trend or one fad to the next. And what does that give you? It gives you those unsustainable results that I was talking about. I would rather see you have a success story where you have more energy, where you have more vitality, and where you have longevity with a health span. So a health span is living to a long age, but not being a burden to, your siblings or your children or whatever the case may be. Having longevity, living to 100 years old, but doing it healthily and with vitality and energy. So your three key takeaways today from today's episode. Number 1, there are so many overlooked and underrated factors that steal our energy. Number 2, there's so many small adjustments that you can make to radically improve your energy. Too many that I can cover in a 20-minute podcast, but I wanted to give you 8 of them, 1 from each of the de-stress categories. And then number 3, I'm 100% committed to helping you transform your mind, your body, and your energy with integrative health. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Breaking Boundaries podcast. We're going to be talking about heavy metal toxicities and specifically how that affects brain health. I'm so grateful for you joining me here today. Please share this episode with somebody that you love, somebody you feel it can serve. And if you could just take a minute and leave that review that, you've yet to leave that review. I know you haven't. So get over there on your favorite podcast platform, leave that review. And I ask you to do this so that we can help more people. And I'll see you next time to help you with breaking boundaries. Bye-bye, everybody. Before we say goodbye, you may not have realized it, but you can get free daily access to our thriving Love Energy Wellness community and support group where you'll join health-conscious entrepreneurs just like you. I know you're concerned about your health, energy, and performance. That's why I personally answer your questions daily, invite you to our weekly live calls, and share pro-wellness tips for energy and performance and exclusive offers just for our community members. This is also your support hub when we gather every 90 days for a total body and mind reset, also known as the world-renowned Dr. Cabral Functional Medicine Detox Protocol. You're going to love the way you feel every time. So if you're the kind of entrepreneur that values your health as your greatest asset, naturally you'll want to join and invite your friends, your family, and your colleagues to our community where you'll feel loved, supported, seen, and heard. Visit loveenergywellness.com to join the community, or the link is also right here in today's show notes. I'll see you soon.